And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground.
Hey, good afternoon, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here on a rainy Saturday, November the 13th day. This is another episode of the Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. As you all know, I'm trying to grow the platform, so please subscribe, like, share, says Vicky Dillon. Leave a comment in the comment section, because I really do enjoy reading your feedback as well as responding to you all. Hopefully you say something nice, but if you want to be nasty, hey man, have at it. But just know, if you get cute in my comment section, I'm going to take your damn head off. Point blank period. I'm the troll's troll. And trolling me, man, come on, man, I'm not going for that. So anyway, right, folks, I put black women in the title because I know there's a lot of guys out here who despise black women, and I figure that if I put black women in the title, it would get your attention. But in all actuality, this applies to all women. Get out is the trump card of women when it comes to them and men. Get out. Get out of my house. Even if you guys buy the house together, most of the time, women are going to say, get out of my house. And if you have children, they're really going to say, get out of my house. When the cops come, if the cops come, and a woman says, get out of my house, 9 times out of 10, the cops are going to tell you to take a walk, unless it's your house. But in some cases, even if it is your house, the cops might still say to you, yo, man, go ahead and walk it off, man. Take a walk. It happened to a couple of my buddies that had chicks living with them. And one of my boys, he had a chick living with him. And he had a domestic disturbance. And it was a handful of lady cops showed up. And he had to take a walk, you know. Well, in the case with my buddy, you know, him and his old lady, they got a place together. But nevertheless, she told him to get out. And again, in most cases, in a lot of cases, the house belongs to the woman.
And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing under.
And like Chris Rock said, if you don't believe that the house belongs to the woman, you hang up a picture of your mother in the living room and see how that works out for you. But nevertheless, I said all that to say, guys, listen. I done a video some time back called What Kevin Samuels Didn't Tell You. And the premise of that video was a message to men, all men. And that message was, guys, you gotta have your shit together when you're dealing with a woman. Because that way, you are dealing from a position of equality or superiority, depending on what your hand looks like. If you're one of these cats that make plenty of money, you're doing great. But if you're one of these cats that's just working and you're just out here getting by, you're still going good. Because as long as you have your health, you have a fortune. Your health is your wealth. But I said that to say my boy give me a call, man. He was distressed, tripping. Listen, man, come over here, man. This bitch told me to get the fuck out of here, man. And I'm getting out of here. I'm getting my shit. I'm getting out of here. All right, cool. You know, told him to calm down, relax, take a walk around the block. I'll call you. when I'm, you know, close by. Me and my man Los, we had to dispatch the U-Haul truck. We had to dispatch the U-Haul truck so we can go get this Negro, grab his shit, and take it to storage. And Los and my man, whose name I won't say, they up in the U-Haul truck. And Los is an old woman-hating guy, so those guys are having a ball up there. My man was pissed. And being around old Unc Los didn't help him, because old Unc Los always got plenty of smoke for the women. So I let them two guys ride the U-Haul truck together, and I'm riding back here in the car with all the old fragile stuff, because again, I couldn't take them guys, man. I'm just glad that my man's old lady took a walk, because with my man and Unc Los here together, it might have turned into a crime scene in that joint. And just keeping it 100, man, I ain't want to have to be no witness or law-abiding citizen, because if them two niggas would have done something to that woman, I would have had to snitch, because, hey man, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it on that.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack, and you may find yourself in another part of the world, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing under.
But on a serious note, though, guys, serious. If you with a woman, man, hopefully, you don't find yourself getting thrown out when it's raining outside, when it's cold, or when it's snowing. If you're gonna get thrown out in the summertime. But on a serious note, man, if you're gonna get thrown out, man, hopefully you have your shit together, man. You know, you got some money saved, you got it going on, things are working out for you. And that way, if things don't work out between you and your old lady, and your old lady gives you the old heave-ho, hey man, you got somewhere to go. And for those of you who don't know what the old heave-ho is, it's when somebody grabs you by the back of your shirt and the back of your pants, and they toss your ass out the door. You know, I'm trying to keep this thing light, but it's really serious, you know. And I'm glad that my buddy's old lady wasn't home, because it appears as though he took the mean and petty route and took some things out of that house that he shouldn't have took. Initially, I was getting ready to grab some items, and he said, no, don't bother that. And then when he thought about that, he turned around and gave me a nasty look and said, no, man, grab that, man, get that. And as soon as he said it, again, my name is Bennett, and I'm not in it, I said, no, man, you go ahead and load that shit up. Because you're not going to say at some later point, if you decide to make up with this chick, oh, Xander put that in there and then had this chick mad at me. No, you get that shit right there. And again, guys, if you've seen my first video, you know my policy when it comes to women and breaking up and all of that. Hey, man, let them have all that shit. Get your own shit. Let them have it. Even if y'all bought it together or you bought it as yours, the only time I can understand a man wanting something specific if it's something sentimental. And I know a lot of times when somebody knows something is sentimental with another person, the only reason they want it is because the other person wants it. But again, sentimental items aside, my policy is, man, let them chicks have it, man. Let them have it. You know, the whole thing about a breakup is trying to keep a cool head and not being petty, but most importantly, not getting yourself in trouble or not getting yourself killed, man. As a man, you want to always try to maintain the moral high ground, because that's what men do. We maintain the moral high ground. Again, you know, a lot of times it's funny, you know, us as guys, you know, we move in with chicks or we buy houses with chicks, and a lot of times, the house belongs to the woman. And if you got children, the house belongs to the woman. Get out. Get out. Carry your ass. That is a woman's trump card against a man. And most of the times, when the police show up, it is the man, the majority of the times, that is asked to take a walk. Hey, brother, go ahead and walk it off, champ. Go ahead and walk it off, man. Go take a walk. God forbid if you got a good-looking old lady. You know, them cops, especially if you got some dudes, cops show up, and you got a good-looking lady, them dudes be ready to kill you. And again, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can get hurt. And, you know, I know there are some cases where the woman comes to live with the man, and in those cases, the man still has to take a walk the majority of the time. So let me sum this up, man, because I don't want this to be too long. Long story short, man, one of my partners, man, him and his old lady had a disturbance, a fallout, and she said, let's go. Carry your ass, nigga. It's the old heave-ho for you. And if you don't know what the old heave-ho is, again, it's when somebody grabs you by the back of your shirt collar and the back of your pants, and they boot your ass and throw you out the door. And again, guys, when you deal with these women, you want to have your shit together. And to keep it 100, to quote my main man, TK Kirkland, if you don't have your shit together, you shouldn't even be thinking about a woman, let alone trying to date them and shacking up with them. Again, when you have your shit together, you are coming from a position of equality when you're dealing with a woman, and in some cases, superiority. You want to have your shit together when you're dealing with the opposite sex. And again, guys, you don't have to do this, but this is my policy. If you find yourself breaking up with a woman, don't even get caught up on those material items, man. Let them have that shit, bro, and keep it the fuck moving. So, with that said, guys, pretty much done with this broadcast. My parting shots, I'm gonna say this. If you're gonna get kicked out, guys, if you're gonna get yourself kicked out, try not to get kicked out when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's cold outside. So, with that said, fellas, I'm done with it. Bam!